So, this episode of Ramblings is brought to you by the number 21, the letter B, and content from viewers like you. I'm Rebecca Farnham, this is Ramblings with Rebecca, and welcome to the first episode that is driven entirely by suggestions from you. Yad from Iraq wanted more ways for the viewers of Ramblings with Rebecca to weigh in, to have a say, to drive the direction of the ramblings, if you will. I don't understand why you wouldn't want to just go wherever I go, but fine, we'll do it your way, Yad. I hope this episode is kind of what you had in mind, and if not, well, send another comment along. So, if you're a viewer, and you have a view, you should comment, or email, or Facebook, or tweet, or what have you. And who knows, you may get a shout out on the internet. As always, the line is open at ramblings@RebeccaLFarnham.com. See the video description for that. You can also, on my YouTube header thing, if you go to my page, see the Facebook and the Google Plus and the everything else. So, connect up, shout about what you want to hear about, what you want to have said. We'll see what we can do. Kelsey from Oxford suggested that, particularly on episodes with lots of content, I have some kind of for more information section, if you will. Now, I'm not going to do that in the videos because I feel like that would then just be 5 minutes of me name dropping and or like spelling citations for you, and that just doesn't seem like a very enjoyable, hilarious, or useful way of spending 5 minutes on YouTube, so we're not going to do that. Instead, in the about this video description, again, below the video, there will be a show more or for more information or whatever section at the end. So if you click the show more, you'll see more. Funny how that works. And at the bottom, when it's relevant, I will include a citation for an academic article or a link to a web page or whatever I find to be helpful in all of the topics that we're dealing with. And if you have something that's really relevant, or less relevant, this is Ramblings, after all, and that you've really enjoyed reading, that you want to recommend to other viewers, please send a comment along. On that note, if you really liked the Nature with Culture, Nature versus Culture, and Nature with Culture episode, and or you liked the fact that you're an animal, Ellie from Thetford highly suggests David Abram's Becoming Animal. That citation will be in the about this video thing underneath this video, so look at that. And as we are wrapping up dichotomies, because I've done the 3 kind of big ones that I wanted to touch on, we've had a few more come in from viewers. So, Charlie from Mount Pleasant wants to ramble a little bit about the apparent divide between Republicans and Democrats. The Republican versus Democrat dichotomy, if you will. I'm assuming he means within the American political system, which, for those of you who don't know, generally seems to be dominated by 2 parties, the Republicans and the Democrats. Even though it's kind of a multi-party system, really it's kind of a winner-takes-all between those 2, and oftentimes votes for other parties are, in essence, throwing away your vote and or throwing a vote to someone on the further political spectrum than you are. But we see an increasing, perhaps increasing, divide between the 2 parties, such that it's me, 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 me. Do you like my impression of Congress? Anyway, is there a divide there? Is it a dichotomy? Is it a false dichotomy? Are the parties really all that much different? Questions to ponder. And, as we know, Becca does not like dichotomies or binaries, so I would suggest that probably, if you're always Republican all the time, and you never like anything because it has the Democrat's name on it, perhaps you're being a little too dogmatic. And guess what, Democrats? The same goes for you. Something is not evil just because it is Republican. Something is not crazy and insane just because it is Democratic. No, something is crazy, insane, or evil based on its own characteristics and its own qualities. So let's look at those. Also, Charlie from Mount Pleasant mentioned the possible dichotomy of good guys versus bad guys. Perhaps we're guys in between. Or perhaps we are not just always good or just always bad. Let's get past the binaries, shall we, folks, and look at the blurriness and the grays. So, while we're wrapping up dichotomies, what I really just want to say is stop get out of the versus mentality, get out of the there's a line mentality. Are you a computer? No. Then don't think in a binary system, 'cause the world is messy.